Good morning, Fox Pack. Welcome back to the Fox Den. Welcome back to the vlog, and welcome to another acid tree. Okay, guys. So today we actually have some lost footage. So basically, you guys saw the last video. We drove the G37 supercharged, all complete, and as you can see, it has the race livery and it's all done. And in that video, I said that I did not film any more of the install. Well, I actually completely forgot. I actually filmed the installation of the blower. And I was like, wow, I can't believe I forgot about this. And it was already pretty much all edited for the most part. So, but yeah, that's pretty cool. So you guys are gonna get to see the installation of the blower in this video. I just can't believe, like I can't get over it. I completely forgot that I filmed the installation of the blower. So that's awesome. So you guys will get to see that. But unfortunately, I do not have any footage of the charge pipe install or the injectors or fuel pump. But honestly, you guys really didn't miss much with that. It was installing charge pipe. It was really boring. It was really tedious, just routing pipe, installing couplers. There wasn't much to it. It wasn't very entertaining. And the injectors and fuel pump, I actually already have videos on that if you want to see that. So really, honestly, guys, you didn't miss much with that. Just know for this footage, it was shot with the DJI camera, the Pocket 2. I did switch over to that camera from the M50 for a little while, but as you can see now in the last video, I am back to the M50. The DJI is just a pain in the ass to use, and I love this camera much better. So, but yeah, guys, we have footage of it, so let's roll it. Enjoy. This is the blower, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that, guys. It's huge. Like, it looks so small on camera. It's massive. So I already went ahead and clocked it, which you simply do by undoing all these little Allens around it, and you just spin it. Super easy to do, so I didn't even film that. So it is clocked in the position that it needs to be in, and I also put some Loctite on the screws as well to ensure that they don't vibrate loose. But guys, look how beautiful that is. So what we are going to do right now is we're going to attempt to install it on the bracket real quick. So we're going to do that. Okay, so we have our bracket, and we also have our pulley, which is going to go on the blower right here. That's our dry pulley for the blower. So the blower is going to mount with these 4 holes, and we're going to have this on it as well. This is a spacer to make sure the pulleys all line up. So it's that easy to put the blower on the bracket. So we're gonna do that. Now we going way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up, counting all the way up. Count blessings, yeah, you know we pray up, way up, pray up. On track, now we going way up. All right, so our bracket is on the blower. That's literally all it is those 4 bolts. Okay, so now that I actually put the washers on the bolts, now we can index the bolts. This will basically just let me know if these bolts are starting to back out, because if that happens, we need to correct it. And honestly, I should have put Loctite on these, but I didn't. Because I'm in a hurry. That's it. That's how you index bolts. It's a very handy thing to do on something like this. Our blower is mounted to the bracket. Let's install the pulley. So we just got this pulley on here. This was a massive pain. You really have to hammer on this thing a little bit. I used a mallet, but you got to be careful with that because you could damage the supercharger. I did finish it off just simply by using an impact on this bolt, and it drove it all the way in. And then we got the belt on there, which took some playing around with, but our belt is on, and now it just needs the tensioner, and then it will be ready to go in the car. So this is what it looks like so far. So we just have to put that tensioner on here, which we're going to do next, which will tighten up this belt. And yeah, man, it's looking great. It really is. Alright, so now we have our tensioner, which is just going to bolt into these 3 holes with those 3 large bolts. And then we are going to set our tension. This is pretty simple, so let's do that. So with this nut just a little loose, just to make it a little easier, we just turn this with our wrench, which is very hard to do with one hand, and you'll see our belt will start tightening up. And then we'll just keep checking this. See, that right there is actually pretty good. I'll go a little bit more. Yeah, that's probably good right there. Don't want to go too tight. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, sorry guys, you can't see it. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. That's about where we want it. So we'll tighten this back up all the way, and then that's it. Then this thing, the blower assembly, will be ready to go in the car already. This is going together super easily so far, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it will stay that way. So guys, we are going to go ahead and put it in the car. I did remove this lower pulley here because there is a hole behind it that goes into the engine head, or you know, that area that it screws into. So next thing we need to do is install our oil drain. This is so you can change the oil in the supercharger. So what we want to do, make sure the drain plug is pointing up, because you don't want to undo this and have all the oil pour out. So undo this, put that on, and it's as simple as that. So what we have to do first is get this wiring out of the way. So I snipped all these little zip ties, and we're going to undo these two ground wires, and then remove this bracket as well to get it out of the way. So we'll do that. So as you can see, sorry about the poor lighting. I have the door closed right now because it's just pouring out, and if I had it open, you guys wouldn't be able to hear me. But we removed that bracket and moved all the wiring out of the way. You can see how much more room there is now. So now we can remove the screws we need to remove, which is going to be, you know, these. I'm not sure if it's all of them, but just reference your mounting plate to see which ones need to be removed. And then with the new supplied screws, we can mount our blower assembly. So let's do that. And also, we can't forget this. This goes right here. Mounts these two holes, and then it has two holes here, which go on these two holes on the bracket. So we're gonna put that on real quick as well. So the bolts I ended up removing is this one down here, this one here, this one, and this one. So those are the bolts I used. So let's see if we can mount the blower assembly. All right, so I made a mistake. We have to take this back off because we have to be able to get at the bolt hole. So this pulley was very difficult to press on here, but luckily the whole assembly will just pop off. Again, hopefully you guys can see this. I'll try to add some brightness in post-edit, but it's not really a good environment right now to film in. I have to have the door closed. And also, we have to remove this bolt here. So let's do that, and then we can put it on. Okay guys, that was a big pain. The blower is in, and oh my goodness, it looks so good. Holy crap. Oh man, that looks fantastic. So this was really tricky. You have to get this thing clocked like perfectly, otherwise the bolt holes will not line up properly. And it took me like a good hour to take it out, clock it, and then put it back. But I finally got it. We got all our bolts in, and you can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you put your pulleys on after you put it in your car. I made a mistake with that. Make sure you just hold off on those. Don't put them in there until you put it in the car. We have our belt, and the only thing I have to do now, at least just for today, is I just have to get this wiring out of the way. I'm gonna zip tie it. We gotta make sure it's all clear from the belts. All our pulleys are in. What we're gonna do now is we are going to install the turbo guard, and you can get an idea what this is going to look like. I'm going to leave this here for now, just to remind me to put the plug in, just in case for some reason we have to take this out again. You just never know with trying to get the charge pipe on there and whatnot. All right, here we go. Oh, tight fit. Oh, it's a very tight fit. Oh. Well, we can tighten it up, but that's what it's gonna look like. Holy crap, guys. Look at that. Oh my god, it looks so freaking good. Oh man. I hope it sounds as good as it looks, and we know it all will. So I'm going to tighten that, and then that's going to be it for today. I'll clean up that wiring. Next in the video, you are going to see me and Moogie install the charge pipe and the couplers, and then we're also going to install the belt, which will probably be the last thing we do before we do the fuel system, because we are going to start it up on the current fuel system just to be able to hear it. Just real quick so we don't hurt nothing, and then we'll do the fuel system. And I also have some vacuum line coming, because I was kind of surprised by this. The kit didn't come with vacuum line for the blow-off valve. And I also had to buy a reducer tee to make it where I can attach the small vacuum line that suits the blow-off valve to this. So that'll be here when Moogie is here in a few days, which for you guys it will just be just a second. So there it is. On to the next step. Okay, so once again, I did this earlier than I said I was going to. We have the belt on, and it's absolutely perfect on there. If you want to see the routing of the belt, I'll put a link in the description for a video for Crooked Crown Motorsports. He shows exactly how this belt is supposed to go. Shout out to him, that was a huge help. So now what we are going to do is we're going to put our vent in the blower, and then we are going to actually start the car, and we're going to hear what this thing sounds like. Now, of course, there's no charge pipe, there's no blow-off valve, so it's going to sound quite a bit different probably than it would fully hooked up, but we will just be able to make sure that there's no bad noises and also get an idea what it sounds like. So let's put the vent in. So as I mentioned previously, the supercharger comes with oil in it. So that's why we're putting the vent in now, because as this thing spins, it's gonna build up pressure in there, and it has to be vented. Otherwise, if you just start this up without the vent in place, you'll blow the seals, and that's a $3,000 supercharger in the trash, and you don't want to do that. So here's our vent. This is a dipstick to be able to check the oil. So real quick, just to be safe, I'm going to actually check to make sure there is oil in it. This is very, very hard to read, but it is in the safe zone. So we are safe to start it. So, belt's in. This is no charge pipe, no blow-off valve, and I'm not going to really rev the car up because it's not really good to run this with no charge pipe on it, but I just want to hear it. One, to see what it sounds like, and two, just to make sure there's no bad noises. I want to make sure everything's put together right, and we'll get an idea what it sounds like. Obviously, it's going to sound a little different than it would with the charge pipe on it. That loud. Obviously it's way louder than it would be with charge pipe, but so that's gonna wrap up today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. It was pretty cool that I found that footage, and I'm glad I was able to show you guys. So yeah, I don't know how I forgot about it, but I did. But yeah, the G is all supercharged now. You guys saw it. There'll be plenty more videos coming, so stay tuned. I have some pretty good video ideas. We'll do a cost breakdown. We're gonna get some sound clips. I actually did try to do that for the last video, but my editing software would not render the GoPro footage of the GoPro I had on the front grille. And I don't know, but I got some new editing software, so hopefully we will be able to show you guys that, and it sounds good. So look forward to that. They'll be the best sound clips on YouTube, 100%. Don't forget to subscribe, join the Fox Pack today, hit the bell notifications to be notified when we do something stupid. Follow our official page on Instagram at SolarFox Racing Group. You can follow me on Instagram at SolarFoxG37 so you can see all the behind the scenes of the Acid Tree. Remember, life is too short to stay stock, and it's only illegal if you get caught. Stay foxy.